What is up, our Will Feel number one fans and viewers? This is Scott Casey Gale, Will Feel number one. Today, I'm going to give you my review of Impact Wrestling for this week's episode during the new era. Now, I would say this week's episode was better than last week's episode because last week there was too much name dropping WWE and too much of Josh Mathis and Jeremy Boyce bickering, which is pretty much taken away from the wrestling of the show. But this week's episode actually did better than last week's episode, I think. I mean, I wouldn't say it was the greatest episode I've ever seen because that would be overrated, but it was good. Last week's episode I said was decent at best. This week's episode was good, but it wasn't up to the level of greatness. So I'm not gonna say overrated and say it was up to the level of greatness. All right. Let's begin the show, okay? Alberto Albatron comes to the ring. He cuts a promo about relinquishing the title and challenges Last Chicken. EC3 comes out. He challenges Alberto, but Alberto says no. EC3 insults him and tells him he has no mass testicles. This brings Alberto back, but he said he's here to fight the dog, not the bitch. The two board security break it up. Alberto accepts EC3's challenge. Very good, really good promo. I mean, it was a good promo from Alberto Albatron and EC3. I liked it. I mean, they didn't name drop WWE, so I'm a huge WWE fan, but I'm glad that there wasn't WWE talk in this episode because that's not how to get themselves over. But anyway, back in the Laredo Kid and Garza Jr. defeated Eli Drake and Tyrus when Garza Jr. rolled up Eli Drake for a freakout. Kid and Gara are a tag team from the Crash promotion. And this match was decent at best. Okay. Clips of Moose, James Storm, and Eddie Edwards in Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah. Alright. Brandy Rhodes was set to face Casey Quinn, but Cody interrupted. But he offered Casey $45, which is $20 more than she was going to get paid. And he laid out the challenge to Moose for the Grand Championship. He took Brandy with him and left no match. That was a pretty funny segment, in my opinion. I thought that was a pretty funny segment. It was laughable. It was a pretty funny segment. Back from the commercial break, Rosemary is brutalizing Casey on the outside. She falls into the ring and hits Red Wedding, leaving her leg. Interesting. I would say this is pretty interesting. Alberto Albatron defeated EC3 with the cross arm breaker. After the match, Albatron wouldn't let EC3 leave the ring without paying him his due respect. EC3 got an ovation from the crowd, and Patron knelt down and clapped for him. They shook hands, and EC3 left. Really, really good match. I really enjoyed the match. It was good matching for good wrestling skills from both Alberto Albatron and EC3. Reno Scum cut a promo about something. Huh. Yeah, it was weird. I just gotta say, weird. EC3 is backstage and he kicks a trash can out of frustration. Bruce Pritchard attempts to calm him down. Okay, I don't get what that is all about. I mean, EC3 and Alberto Albatron shook hands. So could EC3 be mad because he lost to Alberto Albatron? Could that be? I mean, I don't know. This is kind of weird in my opinion, because or could EC3 be possibly be turning heel? This is kind of weird in my opinion. Whoa. I mean, you really don't know, you know. So, could this be hints of an EC3 heel turn, perhaps? Let's see what I mean. I know what happens in the storylines and stuff, but let's see where they go from here. Okay. Trevor Lee successfully defeated the X Division in a fatal four-way by pinning Braxton Sutter. The other participants were Andrew Everett and Suicide. There was a great high spot when Suicide was going for a superplex and Trevor was on Braxton's shoulders, and it was a combination superplex. Super German suplexes powerbomb at one point. Laura was in the wing. Laura was in the wing crowd and arguing with Aldi. Braxton went out to break it up, and he got pinned when he got back in the ring. After the match, Sienna comes and says, Romeo and okay, so this was a good match. I mean, I thought it was an okay match. After the match, Sienna comes out and says Romeo and Julie always end in a tragic demise. Okay, let's see what else happened after that. If we could okay, let's see what else happened after that. As as we get to the next thing. All right. Okay. Hold on, folks. I know it's see see the rest of the results. All right. Oh, okay. So let's see. One through that. I wish they would put the results in alphabetical order. Then we get another make great impact feature. Okay, with for Madison Wayne, Josh Matthews' wife. All right. And then the Fatal 4-Way match that was decent at best. All right. And then Bruce Pritchard makes his way to the ring. Bruce is out here to address the tag team title situation. He says that the championships can't be decided. He says the championships can't be decided out of space. Decided out of space or on the internet. I guess Lucy referred to the whole VG1 deal with the Hardys last week. Pritchard announces that in 2 weeks there will be a fatal four-way for the four teams in Impact Wrestling battling to become the next Impact Wrestling tag team. The Decay's Left Behind theme hits and they make their way to the ring. Abyss gets on the mic and introduces Decay to Bruce Pritchard. Crazy Steve tells Bruce that they are a never-ending nightmare for Impact Wrestling. Rosemary tells Pritchard that the Decay rescued the titles from space and time, and that the championship should rightfully go to them. She demands that Bruce give them the titles. We know Scum is out next. They make their pitch to Bruce to become the tag team champs. Out next is the Laredo Kid and Garza Jr. They also have their hats in the mix. Laredo makes his pitch in Spanish and gets the what treatment from the crowd. When Garza attempts to translate everything in the ring starts falling, the Decay come out on top just when LAX's music hits and Conan and Homicide head down the ramp. Several members of LAX arrive and jump into the action from the audience. Homicide, Diamante, Angel, and Jessica attack and lay out everyone with the outside, including Decay, inside the ring. Conan grabs the mic and says LAX is back in a cut, and they are serious like a late pair. Alpha members of LAX and Conan stand over the Decay and flash at Ellie. Somebody else so Jay flags over the Decay as the show comes to an end. I thought the ending was amazing. I thought it was a really great way to end the show. Last week's episode was decent at best, but this week's episode was better. I will give you that. I think that this week's episode was actually better. Better because the only thing I liked about last week's episode was the free promos. That's all I liked about last week's Impact Wrestling, but this week's was better. I would say, I mean, if people hate this episode, that's okay. I'm not gonna judge you. I mean, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was better. There was no WWE talk, and there was less the commentators arguing. Josh Mathis and Jimmy Bush were still arguing back and forth, but it wasn't as bad as last week. So this week you actually enjoyed the matches. I mean, there's still a lot of negatives about this new Impact Wrestling. There's still a lot of negatives and positives, but like I said, I'm giving it 3 months. I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving Impact Wrestling a chance to redeem itself. So even though there's a lot of shitty things going, I'm actually giving them a chance to redeem themselves. So I would give this episode 4 stars. See, 5 stars. If I would say this episode was 5 stars, I would be overrating it. 5 stars is outstanding. 4 stars is good. 3 stars is decent. 2 stars is just okay. 1 star is it was horrible. So it's not 1 star. 2 stars. It's not 2 stars because 2 stars would just be okay. It's not 3 stars because 3 stars would be decent at best. It's 4 stars. This was a good episode. This was a good episode. If I would say 5 stars, I would say this was an amazing episode. But this was just a good episode. So it was better than decent. It was a good episode. Okay. There's still a lot of things that could have made it great, but but I would say this was a good episode. Not a great episode, but a good episode. 4 stars as in good. Anyway, comment down below and tell me what you thought about this episode. Did you think this week's episode was good? Or did you think last week's episode was better? I thought this week's episode was way better than last week's. Yeah, so subscribe to me to the National Wrestling News, NWS Revolution, NWS Network, NWS Gaming Channel, NWS Network. Subscribe to my channel, Will Phil number 1. Subscribe to my best close friend, BB77, Jade Films, Contra Kid 14, Aces Brothers, Godzilla Hawk, Global Smith Entertainment. Follow us on Twitter at NWS Worldwide. Yeah. So yeah, this week's episode was really good. Better than last week's episode. Because last week's episode there was just way too much WWE promoting and way too much of chaos. Way too much, lot of chaos. Yeah, there was a lot of chaos of last week's episode. Last week's episode was all over the place. But this week's episode was even better. I really enjoyed the Cody Rhodes stuff in this episode. I like Cody Rhodes. I really enjoy the way his characters. But yeah, after deciding thing, last week's episode was decent at best, but this week's episode was actually good. Because last week's episode was way all over the place. You didn't know what to think, but this week's episode was good. I'm giving them this week's episode was a really good show. Anyway, that is all I gotta say. You stay classy, live long and prosper. Peace out.